Well, hello Trump Nation, this is Dino. Folks, we have got to stop the insanity. We cannot sit back as we the people sit on our rear ends waiting for some kind of something to happen to where in 2, 3, 4 months, 10 months down the road, we all go back to work. To think that way, folks, is insane. We assure our own destruction economically and as a nation if we do that. You know, we send our young men and women, boys and girls, overseas, and we've done this for decades and decades, into wars to fight for a good cause that we believe in, to protect the homeland. And what are we protecting? Our way of life. What does that entail? Well, surely the economy, jobs, our interaction with one another, you know, the whole spectrum of American existence. And when we send our young men and women into war, in this present evil world, and it is evil, folks, full of the curse and thorns and thistles that prick at us every day of human life, we know that even though we send our young folks into battle to, in part, protect the homeland, some of those boys and girls we know are not coming back. That's just part of the reality of the situation, the reality of war. We don't shut the country down. We don't all just go and stay and sit in our homes and just watch this thing just implode. My father-in-law used to say, son, it's not going to happen unless you make it happen. Economies do not grow without the people highly involved. So here, we're sitting back because of this virus, and we've had plagues and we've had other viruses we've had to deal with that have killed, you know, what 60,000 people in 1 year. Infected like 600,000. I forgot, it was a humongous number. It was just huge. We didn't shut the nation down. And people died, and we knew they were going to die. And we knew that this virus was going to spread, those flus and other things. But we did not shut the nation down. We've never shut the nation down for war or for any other reason. Because the people before us knew to do so was insane to do it. Because you're going to end up causing more trouble than a virus. But these people are trying to paralyze and take hostage the economy of the United States using this virus. And you know what's sad about it, folks? And what's evil about it? Yes, people are going to get hurt. And yes, people are going to lose their life. And we hate it, but that's part of human reality. It just is. We don't like to talk about it, but it is. But what is sickening is these people on the left, the Democrats and the New World Order powers that are trying to orchestrate the narrative of this thing and just milk it for all it's worth to do more and more damage to us and our nation. And we're just sitting back and just saying, well, you know, I mean, the virus, so we just got to let it all implode and fall apart and become destroyed. Folks, please, we must stop this insanity. We have got to go back to work as a country, as a nation, as a world. From the very beginning, the Lord said, till the garden. Now, he didn't expect death and disease and all that to be in the world. Adam and Eve brought that on us when they chose the wrong path. Well, let me tell you something. We're choosing a path of destruction right now that's a lot bigger than this virus side effects. You let this whole thing implode because we just sit back and just in la-la land like we're some kind of insane people that can't see what's going on. You talk about death and destruction. You get 100 million people hungry, starving, no work, no money. This isn't the 1920s, folks. America had a much loving and more righteous heart back then. It's not that way today, folks. The beast has spread his claws, and he's got a hold of a whole lot of people. And to be honest with you, they just don't give a you-know-what. You turn this thing into a dog-eat-dog country, and you see what I'm talking about. I remember in the scriptures where Christ said, in the last days there's going to come troubles upon the earth, so much so, and get this, that had God not shortened those days, no flesh would have been left standing. Well, let's just sit back on our rear ends, folks, and watch this thing implode and see who all ends up standing. You're going to have anarchy. You're going to have chaos. Crime is just going to go beyond control. Out of the desperation of the people, because, you know, we expect our kids to go into war to have strength and to have courage and to go into battle. And here, when it's asked of us, the civilian side of life in this country, what? We don't do the same? And we're just going to let the economy implode? America, stop the insanity. President Trump, reality says we have got to go back to work as a nation. And I don't mean 2-3 months from now before this thing is so damaged and bleeding so bad it's beyond repair. In my whole lifetime, I'm almost 60 years old, I have never seen anything so exploited and so used by the media with fear-mongering, as if they are using this as a weapon of their warfare to bring down this country, to bring down our president, and to bring down all these great winnings and gigantic increases in prosperity to our nation, as was wrought in just 3 years of one that loved this country and implemented the American First agenda. Folks, they want to scare this nation to the point where you don't want to move. And so you just sit there and just watch the whole entire American empire, from the north to the south to the east and the west, implode, and its economic systems be destroyed. Folks, we cannot let that happen. We expect our warriors and those young men and women that go into battle to use courage and faith, and some sacrifices are made, and that's just something we all accept. Well, it's sad to say it, but according to the law of the thorns and the thistles, this virus is going to still kill some more people. It just is. But we cannot afford for this thing to be allowed to be used politically to destroy this whole nation and cause our economic system to implode. I plead with you, Mr. President Trump. I plead with you, Trump Nation, and all people in America that's got a little bit of something going on between the ears. It's time to rise and defy, and not let these people that want this thing to just hurt the country so bad it's to their political advantages, Democrats and those on the left. There's something should be done to those tyrannic forces. Well, let me go before I blow my top. This is Dino. I hope you get my point. God bless.